What in the blazing blue hell is this? Hello, welcome back to P-Storm. I am Pluvius Lilon, and we're playing BlazBlue. And when we last left off, I don't remember whose story we completed last, but, yeah, if I recall correctly, we're going from least favorite character to most. There are 4 stories left. I had to clear... I remember I had to clear a little bit of Arachne's story, and by a little bit, I mean 74% in order to complete Lychee's story. But now, we're gonna move on to, I guess Tager, since... Yeah, out of these 4, yeah, I guess Tager is my 4th favorite. This is Tager. I've arrived at the destination. I call in, and a voice distorted by static squawks at me from the communicator in my hand. How's it look? Like a nice orderly pile of crap? I'm getting close to the slums. I don't expect public order to be maintained. What makes you think there'd be any public order around there in the first place? The library doesn't give a damn about those people. I see a lot of undeveloped areas. I thought this place was scheduled to undergo massive development. Well, plans change. It has to do with the Ikaruga conflict, I'll bet. This city's a victim of... The city is a victim of Sector 7's selfishness. Something about the way she said victim made me think Kokonoe blamed Sector 7 for what was going on here. Even if she does work for them, she rarely gets along with her superiors, and she's not one to censor herself. How a person like her could possess the world's greatest scientific mind, I sometimes worry what will come of it. Thinking bad thoughts, Tager? We're watching everything you do and everything you think, remember? No, it's nothing. The 3 assets under Ikaruga control. I thought one of them was brought over here. I'm sure the princess is dreaming deep in her iron pot right now. The guy they're calling the Grim Reaper, Ragnar the Blood Edge, word is he's showed up in Kagetsuchi. I see. So Hakumen came here for Ragnar the Blood Edge, huh? How the hell would I know? I could care less why he was there. I just wish he'd stop poking his nose where it doesn't belong. Guess that's too much to ask, though. Even the hero of the Great War is nothing more than a sample to Kokonoe, huh? I wonder how many scientists lose sight of their humanity in pursuit of their goals. Your mental activity spiked again. Stay focused here. My neural waves should be within normal ranges. Stop worrying. I'll stop complaining when you stop wasting time and get your shit together. Roger that. Reassessing mission priorities. Primary objective, retrieve Hakumen. Secondary objective, obtain the Azure Grimoire, only if the circumstances deem it possible. Yeah, you got it. Worst case scenario, you can ditch the Grimoire. I'd like to have a look at it someday, but it's not mission critical. The Azure Grimoire. It's one of the strongest grimoires we know of. Even the top brass at Sector 7 are interested in it. Aren't you a little too indifferent about the mighty Azure? But I thought it was something that scientists like you were desperate to get. Mighty? That thing? Sometimes I think you're too stupid to live, Tager. Try the weakest. The weakest? That's odd. There's no such information in my database. Well, if you don't get it now, you're never going to. I'm not going to waste my time explaining it. Roger that. Next, place the 13 objects necessary for Hakumen's retrieval in their designated positions. One slip up and you'll blow the whole thing, meathead. So watch yourself. I'll make you look like one of those comic book characters. I happen to like my body, but I think I'll pass on the superhero look. I won't make any mistakes, so there's no need for you to worry. By the way, there's one thing I want to make sure. What? The equipment utilizes Armagus. I understand that's not against the beliefs of Sector 17's magic, but our purpose is to banish it. Will there be any issues? The enemy is... All the library knows how to do is Ars Magus.
So what better way to fight them than with their own medicine? I didn't have a lot of time to set up this trap, so I took a shortcut and used an Rs or two to exact my revenge.
Understood. Fight fire with fire, huh? Still, is it really possible to artificially create a time-space warp, even with the use of an Armagus?
You really think I'd send you to do something that was impossible? All you gotta do is make sure the trap works. It's just a matter of controlling imaginary number space anyway. Besides, I'll use my private this time. That should take care of any problems.
Private?
You won't live long trying to uncover a lady's secrets. All you need to know is that there's nothing for you to worry your tiny little head about.
If I try and pry any further, it's going to end up in the scrap heap. I better just leave it alone. Understood. There's one more thing I'd like to confirm. I heard that she is in this city. Lychee.
Lychee? So that lame-ass excuse for an apprentice is here too, huh? Well, if you have any spare time while you're there, confirm...
Kokonoe. Hey, Kokonoe. Disconnected. All this technology and we still have dead zones. Oh well. I guess I'll have to act at my own discretion as far as Lychee is concerned. TR-0009 Tager, commencing mission.
Alright.
I guess this is the last in this area. I just finished setting up when I heard her voice.
Hey you, big man, what are you doing?
Do you need anything from me, little girl? It's dangerous. I suggest you stay away from here.
Are you hiding something yummy?
There's something that looks like a thick rope waving behind her. Ah, it's a tail. Then that must mean she's from the Kaka clan that lives in the lost town underneath Kagutsushi.
So what are you doing, big man?
I don't think this body is well suited for covert operations, Kokonoe.
Oh, I know. You hit something tasty there. Give some to Tao, meow.
What are you talking about? I'm neither a dog nor a cat. Do you think I would hide food in a place like this?
And you won't mind me checking myself. I wouldn't believe you otherwise, meow.
If this child touches the device, I calculate something unacceptable odds in favor of its destruction. If this child touches the device, I calculate unacceptable odds in favor of its destruction. Perhaps the use of force to dissuade her is unavoidable. If you continue to impede my progress, I'll have to decommission you.
Oh, so you are a bad guy? I'm gonna have to beat you up.
Hey, are you serious?
Alright. Even though I subbed Tager back in the day, when I was playing this on the reg, I'm actually not very good at playing as him. I know, like, no combos. Ow. There we go. Okay, it's coming back to me, I think. That didn't... Ugh. How did that not... Meow. You sure are strong. How did that not KO her?
I suggest you let your head do the thinking, not your stomach. Now go on home. I've lost precious time. I need to get to the next setup location as soon as possible.
Okay, saving the second slot.
The scenery here looks different. So this is Ronin Guy. I hear a lot of Ikaruga's citizens took refuge here after the war. Kokonoe is trying to contact me. I don't think the reception is very good in this part of the city, but if I don't pick up, I take out the communicator. This is Tager. What's the matter?
There's a big old spike in your brainwaves. I didn't know the Red Devil was so sentimental.
If this sensation is called sentimental, then I suppose you're right.
I thought your memories of the Ikaruga Civil War had been... Huh. Well, I guess there were a few cells still alive in there. The end of the war was a damn nightmare. The library decided to use Ikaruga as a testing ground for new weapons. Poor bastards didn't even have an army to fight back with. Guess it's a little hypocritical of me to criticize their tests when I've got no problem experimenting on the human body.
No. An experiment conducted on an individual and one conducted on a crowd are completely different. You can't treat them the same.
What the hell's this? I don't need emotional support from you.
I didn't mean it that way. I was just talking about general Machiavellian theory.
Really? Wow, well, this conversation's just become a waste of my time. I'm gonna hang up now, so you get cracking on the next setup.
Roger. Now, I believe the next one is that way.
Stay where you are, weirdo!
Weirdo? Are you talking about me?
Indeed. I am Bang Shishigami, the vigilante who fights in the name of love and justice.
What do you want from me, vigilante? I don't recall having a price tag on my head.
It's becoming all too clear to me, that conspicuous attire of yours. I can tell you're the kind of guy who's gonna break the law.
What are you talking about? I must admit, that's one hell of an accusation.
It's best to nip crime in the bud. Let's cut the chatter. That'll make you regret ever confronting me, Bang Shishigami.
You leave me no choice. I must eliminate you by force.
Aw, damn, I was trying to do a gigantic Tiger Buster. Shit. Shit. Damn. Whew. That was very close. How could this be? How can justice fall before the might of evil?
I already told you that I'm not evil. He's unconscious. He should be fine, even if I leave him alone here. I've wasted too much time. I need to hurry to the next waypoint. The scenery's changed again. I guess this must be Orient Town. Feels so healthy and happy. So this is Orient Town. It's got such energy and thick lived-in feel to it. This place isn't bad at all. Alright. I guess I'll go find the setup coordinates. As I scan the area, a woman catches my eye. The computer piggybacking on my brain recognizes her immediately. It's Lychee. She was Kokonoe's assistant before she ran away from Sector 7.
Tager? You didn't come here to bring me back, did you?
That's right. Perhaps I should take her back. I should call Kokonoe. The signal's giving out. I guess I'll have to call the shots. If we wanted to bring you back, we could have done so. You should thank Kokonoe. She's the reason no one pursued you after you decided to go AWOL.
So you're telling me to go back on my own? Is that it?
Right. If you realize how selfish you've been, then return to the sector. Kokonoe will save you from being court-martialed.
I refuse. I can't go back right now. I haven't found him yet.
Is that so? Still, I will have to report to Kokonoe that I found you here. That's my mission.
I understand that you have your mission, but I can't let you do that now.
You were the last person I wanted to cross fists with. But very well. Whenever you're ready.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1, action!
Okay, I'm starting to remember. I can't go back yet.
I'm sorry, Lychee.
Shame on you, son. It ain't right to hit a lady like that. I feel like I keep giving Jubei a different voice every year, because I only play a little bit of this game each year, and then I always forget what voice I gave Jubei. This power. You're Jubei. You know who I am, son. Back off, lest you think you're a match for me.
Jubei, the strongest living creature in the world, one of the legendary 6 heroes. The rumors say he could take on an entire army division by himself. I appreciate the opportunity, but I'm gonna have to pass.
Lychee's gone and fainted. Poor girl couldn't take the stress.
I didn't think anyone could stop my fists. Not even one of the 6 heroes.
No anger behind those fists. Ain't hard to stop a fella what don't want to hurt ya. But I can't abide you laying a hand on the lady here.
I didn't mean to hurt her. I just needed to know how determined she was.
Determined, huh? why was that line so much louder? Maybe I should get closer to the mic. Determined, huh?
Jubei stares at me with the piercing eyes of a cat. His stare reminds me of Kokonoe.
I reckon you're telling the truth. You leave her to me, son, and get yourself wherever it is you need to go. If she comes to while you're here, things are bound to get messy.
Thanks. I owe you one. Should I tell Kokonoe I encountered Jubei? No. I asked her about him once before. She was in a bad mood for a week. Perhaps I should keep this to myself. His eyes, though, they're so similar. That's absurd. But I shouldn't dig too deep. Besides, it's not a very good idea to put Kokonoe in a bad mood. There's only one more unit left to be set up. Unfortunately, it looks like I've saved the most difficult one for last. Kokonoe is asking too much this time, but it is my job, after all. She says I have to set it up inside the library branch in Kagutsuchi. What the hell is going on? Is there not a single guard on duty? This place is too quiet. It's kind of creeping me out. Is this a trap, or have they already found me? I feel cold, vicious eyes on my back. I turn around and recognize the man standing before me, one of the library's most decorated heroes. Not a single guard in the entire branch. Is this your doing, Red Devil? No. It was like this when I arrived. A most plausible lie. And you want me to believe that? Don't you think that's a little too convenient? Naturally. I wouldn't expect the murderer who needlessly slaughtered Ikaruga's guardian to hear me out. Guardian? Who's that? So he doesn't remember. I suppose he has no interest in someone he's already killed. I wonder if he feels any guilt at all for the people he's killed. You're too dangerous for your own good. I'm gonna need to take you down. Take me down? Funny. Then what are you waiting for?
The wheel of fate is turning.
Okay, let me try it one more time. Okay. Command list. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work with the C button, that's why. Damn it! Just one! Keeps grabbing me. Well, I still won. I lost to the Red Devil.
This is the result of your own conceit. I guess you're just a rookie after all. I leave Jin and head deeper into the facility to finish setting up the last of the equipment. I use the crane in the back of the room to lower myself down into the bottom level of the facility. I guess the basic construction here is very similar to the sector. I take a quick look around and, satisfied that the area is safe, begin setting up the equipment in the spot Kokonoe designated.
You. Why have you come here?
So he is here, just like Kokonoe said he'd be. Although, I can't help thinking about why she knew he'd be here. No, that's not important. I need to focus on my work right now. You should already know. I came here to retrieve you, Hakumen.
Retrieve? I do not recall making such a request.
From the moment you were rescued from the boundary, Kokonoe has been your master, and we can't exactly allow a domesticated hound to roam free, now can we?
An interesting thing to say. You're telling the dog who happened to be found that day to listen to the cat?
Indeed. It was a coincidence. Sector 7 aims to kill the Seether at its source. You were just a byproduct Kokonoe found along the line. Coincidence or not, that's irrelevant to her. She only sees you as another sample, a tool to research the original units that lie dormant within the boundary.
Your purpose is of no interest to me. I exist only to eradicate the evil from this earth. I'm not bound by the whim of that Grimalkin. You and Sector 7 wish to dispose of Seether and return to the world how it once...
Let me try again.
You and Sector 7 wish to dispose of Seether and return the world to how it once was. Ask yourself, is what you desire truly just?
What do you mean, just?
Think, fool. The world of today thrives on Seether. Were it to disappear, would the world not end? Perhaps your actions will hurt the world rather than save it. Losing Seether could bring humanity to its knees in a way the Black Beast could never have imagined. How can you know this and still believe in Sector 7?
Hakumen goes silent. He seems to be waiting for my answer. What I have faith in isn't Sector 7, it's Kokonoe. Since that day, and from now on, that won't change.
So you've given your faith to the Grimalkin. How amusing.
I do my best to give him a level stare. Not the easiest thing to do when your opponent has no visible eyes. Eventually, he finishes laughing.
So you're a man who lives by what he believes. Your determination is refreshing, but if you wish to retrieve me, you must do so by force. I am the White Void. I am the Cold Steel. I am the Just Sword. With blade in hand shall I reap the sins of this world and cleanse it in the fires of destruction. I am Hakumen. The end has come.
Ha! Then prove to me my beliefs are wrong.
Alright, we're fighting Hakumen as Tager. Time to get fucked. Yes! Tager Buster, motherfucker. Yes! Oh shit. Double stomped his ass. Okay, let's see. What are his overdrives? His distortion drives, rather. Okay. Genesic Emerald Tiger Buster. I'm gonna try that one. Okay. Yeah, might have to use the stick for this. Okay. Well, fuck that one. Okay, still one. Somehow.
I did not expect that you'd fare this well. Perhaps I've misjudged you in your so-called belief.
I've damaged him quite a bit. His movements are noticeably slower. This is my chance. I pull out my communicator. Can you hear me, Kokonoe? The devices are in place. Get ready to warp the target.
Roger. Get away from Hakumen so you don't get dragged in yourself, meathead.
As the Ars we prepared begins to right itself out of the air, I can see Hakumen start to fade.
Let me ask you one thing.
What?
Do you really think that master of yours, the Grimalkin, deserves your faith?
That's none of your concern.
I seem to have struck a nerve. Until we meet again.
I can't see his face, if he even has one, but I feel like Hakumen grins at me before he disappears, along with the R's. His last words are still hanging in the air when I detect a dangerous presence behind me. More specifically, the presence of the Azure Grimoire. I turn around to see the sneer of a white-haired young man. So you're Ragnar the Blood Edge, huh? So what if I am? What are you gonna do about it, Sector 7's Red Devil? Nothing. Huh? So you're not here for a fight? Capturing you is only secondary. I'm afraid I don't have enough energy remaining to complete that task. Is that right? Well, I didn't want to get dragged into anything complicated either. Thanks for saving me the trouble. Don't let me get in your way. Well, thanks for being so considerate. I just carry out my missions as I'm told. Nothing more, nothing less. So there's no need to thank me. I step into the elevator and pull out my communicator. This is Tager. My mission's complete. Now returning to base.
Forget about the damn reports. Just get your ass back here. Teleportation went well enough, but that damn Hakumen really gets on my nerves.
Don't want to go back to Kokonoe, eh, Hakumen? I know how you feel. Roger that. I'll return as fast as I can.
Oh, Tager.
What is it?
Nothing. I just remembered something. Back when I picked you up.
It's gotten into you, reminiscing about the past.
Yeah, I am. Something wrong with that?
I found her somewhat pouting tone of voice strangely cute. She's acting like a teenage girl. Hardly. It just didn't seem like something you would do.
Out of character, huh? Yeah, well, now that you mention it, I guess I am pretty busy these days. Not a lot of time for memory lane. Too busy to remember if those days went by fast or slow.
Okay, now you've got me worried. You're being way too sentimental. Or you're just relieved Hakumen's been recovered. It takes her a moment to respond, almost like she's hesitant.
Relieved? No, I just hate how powerless I am. By the way, Tager.
Do you still need something?
No, it's not that. It's just... thanks for everything you've done for me.
I'm sorry, but I didn't catch that. The Kokonoe I know would never bother to thank me for my trouble. Perhaps my oral equipment is malfunctioning. The only other explanation I can think of is that I'm having auditory hallucinations. I have been under a lot of stress.
I said thanks for everything you've done for me. Especially for all the stuff you've done on this particular mission. What, you think it's strange for me to say thanks?
I wouldn't say strange, but I believe that was the first time you've ever thanked me. So I was just surprised.
Really? Huh. Thought I'd mentioned it before.
The static is increasing. I guess my reception is getting worse. The connection is breaking up. I'll hear the rest when I return to base.
Alright. I can't wait to see you again.
See me again? That seems like a strange thing to say. Unless...
I'm sorry, Tager.
First gratitude and now an apology? If I'm not malfunctioning, then there must be something wrong with Kokonoe. Really? Is something wrong with you, Kokonoe? You're acting awfully strange today. Those words I was about to utter, along with everything else on the face of this rotten world, disintegrated in a few moments.
I'm sorry, Tager.
For a second I thought I'd just heard Kokonoe's voice again. There's no need to worry. I'm sure you'll find me once again. I too look forward to that day.
Oh wow, that was it? Okay. So that was about half of Tager's story, and I guess I found the true end on the first try. But yeah, I guess we'll get that 61 to 100 next episode. But if you enjoyed this video, then no further actions required on your part, and we'll see you then.